Ariana seems to have an impressive support system behind her, whether it's her therapist, publicist, media trainer, manager, acupuncturist, medium, or crystal consultant. Regardless, her ability to uphold boundaries amid adversity, acknowledging others' feelings while honoring her own, pursuing her aspirations, and seizing every opportunity is truly admirable. Count me in as a lifelong fan, eager to support her endeavors simply because of her resilience. Let's be clear, Ariana isn't portrayed here as a flawless Disney princess, absolved of past mistakes, or exempt from accountability. Rather, she's someone who consistently shows up and delivers. Ariana stands as a beacon of inspiration for women, exemplifying how to confront toxicity in life while maintaining grace and continually striving for self-improvement and success. She refuses to be defined or held back by past traumas. Her journey is a testament to resilience and empowerment. No one should have the power to break us. I'll always extend my best wishes to Ariana, celebrating her triumphs and the thriving partnership she shares with Katie in their business ventures. Katie herself has weathered storms, including unwarranted verbal attacks, yet she has emerged victorious. These are two formidable women, each carving out their path to success. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Spill Chronicles. It's me, Ramona here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. However, as I rewatch Vanderpump Rules, I find myself unable to maintain the same level of animosity towards Stassi that I once did. Initially, when I first started the show, albeit long after its initial airing, I thought she was insufferable. However, upon revisiting the series, I can't help but feel a greater sense of empathy towards her. Am I alone in this shift? Has anyone else experienced a similar change in perspective? Could it be because I now know how problematic some of the other cast members are or remain, and witness Stassi's significant personal growth? While she certainly exhibited unkind behavior at times, it's hard to ignore the mistreatment she endured from the likes of Jax, Kristen, and, dare I say, Katie. The lack of support from Lisa Vanderpump, juxtaposed with her swift action in suspending Stassi, but not Jax, is particularly glaring. Additionally, the incident with Schwartz pouring beer on her is utterly appalling, and it's difficult to comprehend how he was ever perceived as a lovable puppy dog afterward. Stassi was completely justified in not wanting her toxic ex-boyfriend to attend her birthday party. On that note, I must acknowledge Stassi's reprehensible treatment of Faith, which suggests that perhaps her growth isn't as extensive as I initially thought. Rewatching Season 1 with the knowledge of Jax's true character completely alters the show's narrative. I distinctly remember believing him when he denied cheating, but revisiting his behavior over multiple seasons reveals his manipulative nature. Furthermore, scenes like the one where Stassi has broken up with Jax, only for Katie and Kristen to predict their marriage, are nauseating in retrospect. And when considering what we now know about Frank, Patrick, Lisa, her parents, etc., it becomes clear that the show's dynamics are far more complex than initially portrayed. Stassi appears to have undergone the most growth during her hiatus from the show, immersing herself in real-life experiences. I can't blame her for her reactions to the Jax situation, especially considering his capacity for deceit and her genuine emotional turmoil. Plus, she was incredibly young, likely the youngest original cast member, which adds context to her behavior. While Stassi undoubtedly exhibited bratty tendencies, they were somewhat understandable given her age and circumstances. Her evolution and newfound assertiveness throughout the series are commendable, and I find her to be the most relatable character. I appreciate her unabashed weirdness, as it was refreshing to see someone unapologetically themselves. Additionally, witnessing the way her mother treated her broke my heart, and shed light on the defensive tendencies she developed. Moreover, the fashion aesthetic on Vanderpump Rules often leaves viewers puzzled. It's a blend of revealing outfits that sometimes appear as if they're straight from a department store like Kohl's, with a heavy reliance on synthetic fabrics that, while not everyone's cup of tea, are a staple of the LA scene. Take, for instance, Katie's look at the reunion. While undeniably stunning, her daring undergoat display is not something you'd typically see in everyday life. It's a departure from the fashion seen on other reality shows like Real Housewives, leading towards a more revealing and attention-grabbing style. While there's no denying the individuality in how the women dress, it often seems like they're emulating a high-end vibe, but missing the mark on quality and fit. Their attire can also evoke a slight 2000s nostalgia, raising questions about whether they're clinging to their youth or if it's just the LA influence at play. Their penchant for elaborate dresses sometimes falls short, feeling more like knockoffs from fast fashion brands rather than high-end couture. While their everyday looks exude a certain coolness, their dressed-up appearances often come across as cheap and mismatched with their personalities. Among the cast, Katie stands out as the one with a discernible aesthetic, while the others seem to fluctuate between fast fashion trends without a consistent style direction. Additionally, here's an interesting perspective. Instead of closing Pump, Lisa should have considered shuttering SUR. While Pump's closure was attributed to high rent, many argue that it offered a far superior experience. During visits to various VPR hotspots in LA, Pump stood out with its captivating decor, delectable cuisine, delightful drinks, and exceptional staff. In contrast, SUR's ambience appears dated and lacks the allure of Pump. Even Pump's location in West Hollywood seemed more desirable. Given the trajectory of Vanderpump Rules, some suggest that focusing more on Pump and its staff would have been a wise move. However, it's worth noting that SUR is a shared partnership with Guillermo and Nathalie, making it a more complex decision than simply closing it at Lisa and Ken's discretion. Interestingly, some initially thought Tom Tom would embody the spirit of Pump. Speculation persists that Lisa may be gradually transforming Tom Tom into a venue reminiscent of Pump. This could involve cutting business ties with Sandoval and Schwartz, who are perceived more as figureheads rather than actively involved in restaurant operations like Nathalie and Guillermo. There's even speculation that Lisa may have attempted to enact this transition previously, possibly leading to tension, as evidenced by reports of a dinner meeting where she was seen with Sandoval and his mother, resulting in emotional scenes. Some suggest she may have offered financial compensation for Sandoval to exit Tom Tom, a proposition that may not have been well received. On the other hand, the birthday speech Sandoval delivered for Rachel is both manipulative and distasteful. It's concerning how he lauds her for her supposed accomplishments and for coming into her own, essentially glorifying her for adoring and being involved with him. Doing so in front of Ariana and the others adds another layer of discomfort to an already inappropriate situation. What's particularly striking is Sandoval's choice to wear a shirt bearing an Ariana quote while delivering a hype-filled speech to his mistress. The irony of the moment is truly mind-boggling. These incidents raise doubts about the authenticity of the show. It seems everything is staged and contrived, with relationships merely serving as storylines rather than genuine connections. It's as if the cast is betraying the alliance they formed years ago, engaging in scripted drama rather than real relationships. Additionally, in Season 10, Episode 10, Scheana's behavior raises eyebrows as she encourages Rachel to pursue Schwartz shortly after Tom and Katie's divorce. This move is particularly unsettling given that Schwartz is Katie's ex-husband and a part of their friend group, which Katie has made clear is off-limits for romantic entanglements. What's even more troubling is Scheana's attempt to insinuate that Katie is somehow supportive of Rachel and Schwartz getting together, which is entirely false and manipulative. Scheana's actions come across as petty and calculated, stirring unnecessary drama within the group. Furthermore, Scheana's decision to advise Katie to find another hotel after a bridesmaid mishap, followed by her orchestrating the relocation of Katie's room and excluding her from pool activities, adds fuel to the fire. This incident is a prime example of Scheana's knack for creating unnecessary tension and discomfort. This behavior isn't new for Scheana, as she's been known to meddle in others' relationships and prioritize her own interests over maintaining genuine friendships. Her actions, such as cheering on the kiss between Schwartz and Rachel, only serve to highlight her questionable morals and lack of consideration for others' feelings. Additionally, Scheana's history of betraying Katie's trust, such as when she knew about Schwartz making out with a friend in Vegas, yet remained a bridesmaid at their wedding, speaks volumes about her character. It's clear that Scheana's motives often revolve around self-interest rather than genuine friendship. As for Katie and Scheana's friendship, it's difficult to pinpoint a time when they were ever truly close. From the beginning of the series, there seemed to be underlying tension and instances of conflict between them, suggesting a strained relationship rather than a close bond. However, Lala's resentment towards Ariana for laughing at Charlie's comments seems misplaced, especially considering Tom's confrontation with her during the same scene, which many agree was warranted. It's puzzling why Lala is singling out Ariana for criticism. Furthermore, her criticism of Ariana for allegedly shoving Sandoval down our throats feels hypocritical, given her own efforts to promote him despite his troubling behavior, which she has acknowledged herself. This inconsistency in her behavior is disconcerting. The smirk on Tom's face at the end of the confrontation adds an eerie undertone to the situation, suggesting a more malicious intent behind his actions. Many fans echo the sentiment of bringing back Charlie, who was known for her no-nonsense attitude and willingness to call out problematic behavior. It's unfortunate that both Charlie and Dana have expressed reluctance to return to the show due to its toxic environment. Charlie, in particular, was known for her outspokenness, such as when she called out Rachel for kissing Schwartz last season. The lack of apology from Jax for his inappropriate comment about Ariana's sexuality, especially after her defense of Lala, is concerning and arguably more egregious than the situation with Charlie's comments. Lala's decision to target Ariana, despite knowing her history as a supportive friend, is disappointing, especially considering her professed commitment to women's empowerment and support. It's disheartening to witness women like Lala turn on successful and resilient individuals like Ariana, especially when Ariana has transformed her personal experiences into meaningful endeavors rather than simply cashing in on cringeworthy merchandise. On the other hand, Joe's Instagram reaction to Schwartz's recent allegations of lying sparked some interesting comments. In response to Doing Wellbish's mention of Schwartz's remarks on Jax's podcast, Jamagosh appeared unfazed, stating she hadn't heard but reassured that she's doing well regardless. Regarding Johansson's inquiry about Schwartz's sister blocking her, Jamagosh maintained a diplomatic stance, acknowledging that everyone has their reasons and wishing her the best. Linbin73's observation about the criticism directed at Joe for allegedly lying about being someone's babysitter prompted Jamagosh to reflect on Schwartz's own track record, suggesting that his behavior doesn't exactly warrant moral high ground. Joe hinted at the possibility of being labeled a liar amidst Schwartz's infidelity scandals, opting to focus on more significant matters on Memorial Day weekend. While Joe's comments exude humility, some speculate that behind the scenes, she's relishing Schwartz's comeuppance. Others critique Joe's tendency towards dishonesty and victim mentality, suggesting that Schwartz's relationship woes may be karmic payback. There's speculation that Joe might attempt to shift blame onto Katie for Schwartz's infidelity, despite Schwartz repeatedly asserting that they weren't in a committed relationship. However, some argue that Schwartz's history of cheating on Katie undermines any claim of innocence in his interactions with Joe. Lastly, despite Joe's claim of not having heard the podcast, there's skepticism about her listening habits, with some suggesting she's been replaying it obsessively to hear Schwartz mention her name. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.